Of Oracle Clyde. I'm your host, Oracle Clyde. I got a new trinket for my fez. In addition to this, which is my Shroud of the Avatar Challenge coin, I'll tell you that story someday about how me and Sir Richard Garriott, otherwise known as Lord British, and about 20 other people, we all hung out at DragonCon and shot the shit and listened to his stories. He's an amazing man. He is our father of video games. For those of us who grew up in the 80s, Ultima, one of the greatest games ever. He's now come out with a new game called Shroud of the Avatar. This is a challenge coin that he gave everybody. So it's a very special coin. But I also added this tassel. It's kind of cool. It's a bit jingly, but that's okay. Jingle's fine. Lets me know I have on my special hat, my special fez. So I'm thinking it's time to do a little reading. I got my special mug of special coffee with special whiskey. I've got my candle, my cards are laid out. I've been playing around with them. So I think it's about time we maybe get this show started, all right? Well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to gather my cards. All right? Boop, 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 boop. As everyone knows, you should always hold your cards when you want to start off. Start off fresh with a new slate of readings. You can get the energy of the cards. I want to go through each one of them, just sort of imprint them into my mind. That way, as they're imprinted, my brain, my mind, my consciousness knows where each one is, which order, which orientation. Excuse me. That's the whiskey. All right. And just going to go through each one. And I'm going to hold the cards. I'm going to do a reading or two. Anyone wants to pipe in, share, do a request? I take requests. You know? Like, who do you want read? Do you have a celebrity, an event? I don't do sports because I don't know about sports. I don't know anything about football, basketball, or volleyball, or badminton. So I wish I did. I wish I liked sports. Unfortunately, I've never been able to get into them. So there we go. But I like to start off my readings with maybe something based on current events, how the nation is going, since I am broadcasting from the South, maybe around Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta. I like to do readings about how maybe the country's doing, because right now the country's going through a lot of turmoil. We got fires, just fires burning everywhere. Over in California, we got elections still outstanding. We've got strife. We got, oh my God, you know what? I got a good reading to do, actually. This one ought to be about the character of our country. How about a reading about how we've got this movement, this alt-right movement that is infesting this country with this nationalism, this Nazism, this white supremacy, this anti-Semitism, all of this anti-this, anti-that, and Proud Boys and all of that, just negative shit. Why don't we do a reading about the character of our country and if it's going along that path or if this is merely the news weaponizing fear, just like our president does. Okay? Could it be? I don't know. So, what I'm going to do, let's go ahead. All right. There we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, let's go ahead. Thinking about our country and its soul with extreme right-wing nationalism and whether or not it's truly happening or it's just a weaponization. Before I do that, I need to choose a card that represents the current soul of our country. That one. That's a good one. That one seems pretty appropriate. Okay. Maybe that's a burden. I'm not too sure about that one. Okay. Not that one. This one, I need to think about these two. Okay, I'm going to think about these two. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Time, goes round and round, what goes around comes around. I like this one. Whereas as a nation we're judged, but we're not there. We're always moving, and I don't want it to be fatalistic. So let's choose this one. Okay? So I'm going to hold the cards. I want everyone to join me. I want you to look at these cards, look at me holding these cards, and I want you to say, Oracle Clyde, how is my country going? Where is it going? Is it going too far down that dark path like 1932 Berlin? Or is it much ado about nothing? Is it all fake news? Is it all just weaponized anger? Let's take a look, all right? So, let's start the shuffle. Think about that. Thinking about that. All right. So good questions. We need some answers. We need some clarity. Because I'd be goddamned if I'm going to live in a country where Nazis are marching openly because I'm all about love and tolerance and punching Nazis. I do not like the Nazis. All right, so there we go. One more. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so bam, 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 and bam, bam, bam. All right. So there we go. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So let's bring up that card. There we go, gang. Right there. So, Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, fortune, success, cycle of life, karma. All right? Our country has built up a lot of good karma and bad karma. What comes around goes around. Where are we? Where are we headed? That's the question. Okay? So, starting off, I don't like it when it starts off with a reversal. Okay? God damn it. All right, so we got a 10 of Pentacles. Okay? Okay, so we got a 10 of Pentacles. All right. This, of course, covers you. All right? This is our situation. These are the influences that are bearing upon the question at hand. All right? Normally, the 10 of Pentacles is about family, inheritance, riches, your estate. that sort of thing, retirement. In reverse, it's about traditions, but they're restrictive. Okay, we got loss, we got ambition. Okay, so how does that apply to us? If we've got traditions or things in the past that are keeping us there, we gloat upon them, like make America great again. He wants a world that no longer exists. He wants to go back to a time where women didn't work, couldn't work, where gays could not be out and about, where blacks did not have the franchise. That wasn't a great time for America. There were great aspects and there were great people, but we had a lot of improvement that needed to happen. And there's no reason to go back to that or pine for those days. Nah, not at all. So that's what we're dealing with, okay? Okay. This one crosses you. Okay. I dig it. So, we got 5 of Wands. Okay. So, now this crosses you. These are the obstacles, okay? These are our obstacles and our challenges. So, we got competition, we got strife and pursuit of goals, an arena of ideas, which is true. We are dealing with a battle between ideologies amongst our peers. We like to think that it's against just Nazis, but it's against a lot of people, these people that are among us. We must recognize that. Not everyone is a Nazi. There are people that are on the right and they aren't alt-right and they believe that the alt-right represents them. We must compete in the arena of ideas, okay? We should also punch Nazis. I mean, let's not let Nazism flourish. I mean, I'll talk to a Nazi and I'll tell them that they're dumb, they're stupid, and they're hateful. And I'll tell them that I love them and I want them to stop being a Nazi. But I'm not going to let them flourish. I'm not going to let them march. I'm not going to let them operate out in the open. They should be shamed. They should know that their ideology is toxic. So that is what we must deal with, okay? This right here. We must get past this in order to get to the rest of the scenario, of the question, of the resolution. So this next card is going to be above us. Okay, all right. So we got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Excellent. Now, this has to do with skill and work, sort of maybe a tradesperson. This is, if you look here, we've got some people that they work together. We got a skilled tradesperson, and they're admiring their work. Pentacles typically is a card of financial and home and stability, things like that, of good work. And this is a card of enterprise. Now, in this position, this is what you hope to achieve, where you want to go, where you're heading. Things may come, or a possible the best that resolution that could happen. And that is a pretty good card. So America sort of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Rosie the Riveter, that kind of thing. And that's what we want. So that's a positive card. It's a good omen. So let's take a look at what happens below. This is beneath us. Oh, interesting. It's the foundation. Okay, so we got the 6. This is a major arcana. The Lovers. All right. So this is below us. This is like the root of the situation. And it's the foundation of all of our history. So just for those who are just tuning in, we are reading America and its seeming trajectory toward very dark alt-right nationalism and hate, like early 30s Berlin. Are we truly headed that way? The character of our country, is it getting darker, or is that just a lot of whimsy and weaponized fear by the news media? What are we headed toward? What is our character, our ethics, our moral foundation as a country? Okay. Now, with the Lovers, normally, of course, we know what that means. Upright, and it's a blessed union and harmony, and innocence before corruption. Reversed, it's disharmony, imbalance, and we have a lot of disharmony. There's a lot of that going on right now. Our foundation right now is disharmony. We are not united. Our country is not united, and our Congress is not united. Politically, we are divided, and we have a lot of hate on both sides. So that is a very, very prescient. Is a good word, isn't it? Prescient. Okay. All right. So far the cards are pretty dead on. I dig it. Okay. So we got, this one is behind us. That's a good one. So we got a 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Come on. All right. So, and let's see. All right. This is behind us. These are events that have just passed, leading all the way up to the present. It's not necessarily like a foundation, but this is more event-based, okay? So, we got the 9 of Wands. Now, this card has to do with sort of like a battle or strife, but you're taking a break. There's a lot of strength in this card, because this person, they're injured, and they're using that wand to support themselves. They're on a battlement. They're defending themselves. They're just taking a little break, but they're prevailing. It's resilience. Our nation is a very strong nation, okay? There is, it takes a lot to overthrow our country. You know why? Because our bureaucracy is very difficult. We have a lot of checks and balances, and quite frankly, we don't have this rigid caste system between military, government, and people. We have a volunteer army. We have a very robust federal employment system. A lot of people work in the federal government, and a lot of people work in public service. So we don't have to worry so much about us versus them. We don't have to worry about the military taking over, because the military consists of us, of men and women and trans and LGBTQ and everyone. We embrace all of that. And so we don't have to worry about another group taking us down. We're very tough. It is very scary, because we do have a president right now who is trying his damnedest. He's trying his damnedest to do what he wants, act like a dictator, and if he was given full reign, he would. That motherfucker would. All right? Sorry for the language, but he would. But we have a lot of protections in place. And that's good. Okay? So we are strong. And this election shows how much we're willing to fight back. Damn it. That's right. Don't make me do the Fez neck thing. Okay, so. All right. This next one, interesting. We're getting a lot of upright cards now. I'm digging that. That means it's positive. So, this one is the Hermit. Oh my God. All right. Let's, all right. So, Hermit. And that is in front of us. This is going to happen in the immediate future. Okay, or the present. From the present on, this is what will happen soon. Kind of consider this a mile marker. Okay? The Hermit is about introspection. It's about separating oneself from the world and life in order to find the answers and seek the truth. And that is what our country has started that. We're going to be doing that. Looking at ourselves very hard. How did we get to this? How did we have a system that could allow one man and a party to do truly despicable things? And how do we have a society where we have so much gun violence? Every week, every month, some nut bar, some right-wing crazed racist shooting up the joint, some unbalanced person. We are having very tough discussions. And that is a good card. That is a good card, and I'm glad that we're doing that, because that's the adult thing. That's what adults do. That's what humans should do, is self-examine, look inside of us. And we should always go through that. All right, so before I do my final row, let's just take stock of what we got here, okay? We got stifling traditions. We got strife and a battle of ideas that crosses us. What we can hope to achieve is good hard work, enterprise, admiring the work that we've done. We definitely come from disharmony, and we've come from strife, but we are resilient, and we're headed toward self-examination. Okay? So far, though, it hasn't been completely illuminated whether or not it's going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome, or if it's all for naught, or if we're truly in such a bad state that we need a lot more of this. Let's take a look, okay? All right. So we got the King of Swords. This represents the Querent. Okay, so. Okay. This is what the Querent brings to the table. Okay, this represents us, how we see ourselves, since we're talking about our country. Okay, King of Swords, authority, truth, leadership, and authority, judgment. We do consider ourselves the moral compass of the free world. We have always considered ourselves that. Even the shitbags that are in power do this value voters bullshit and believe that we're the religious moral compass. We got, every country believes that, though. I mean, that's pretty common. I mean, I don't know of any country that's like we suck. We just suck. They don't have a flag that says we suck. Go home. No. Everyone rah-rahs themselves. Every country holds themselves up as the example for the world to follow. Even the assholes do that. So, I'm not surprised. Let's see what the world thinks of us. Okay, so we got the Three of Swords. Okay, so, well, normally this means heartbreak and sorrow, okay? So in reversed, it's typically an absence of this kind of energy. Reversed, we've got quarrel, we've got understanding and path to recovery. Typically, when you have a card that indicates sorrow or grief and it's in reverse, it means the grief or sorrow has happened and you're on that path that says, yep, that really sucked. Now what am I going to do about it? Or I've accepted it. Let's realize the new norm, or how am I going to fix this? That's how the people look at us. I think a lot of people look at us and they go, wow, America's bruised. America is very, very, very sorry that they went fucking nuts on November 6th, 2016. And they know that. They know that and they sympathize with our country. Oh my God. So yes, that is how people look at us. And that sucks. I understand that. I'd rather they look at us like this. Like this or like this. But no, they pity us. I don't want to be pitied. I want to be admired. Assholes. Okay. This, hopes and fears. All right, we got the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So, the Two of Pentacles. Let's bring up our position. All right. Sometimes the hopes and fears are wrapped up within each other. We want to be balanced. We want our financial affairs to be balanced. We can't ever seem to balance our budget. Weighing choices. Yeah, I mean, an impending choice. Do we fear that? Do we fear that we want... do we fear that we're going to have to make a choice of good or evil? Or do we just want balance? I think a lot of people want balance. People long for the days of when you could have a good substantive discussion with someone on the other side of the political spectrum and it not just turn into MAGA, make America great again. Jack darn dang. No, we don't want that. We can yell, we can be mad at each other, we can call each other names, but what we got now is just insanity. So yeah, I think we want that. That is totally what we want. Okay? So yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that. Last card. The outcome. King of Cups. Okay, so... and it's reversed. This is our outcome, the eventual outcome, if we make no changes. Okay? King of Cups, he is an upright man. Upright, he is a man of business and law, very responsible. And this is a dude who's has a charisma about him that inspires people. Okay? He inspires people, and people want to follow him. Man, he's just so damn nice and generous and intelligent. Now, reversed, dishonest. We got volatility. We got you can't trust him. Your devotion to your leader is lacking because you don't trust that they are stable. Okay, if we want to apply this to our country or to our leadership, right now it definitely is that. Okay? And that's the eventual outcome. Okay, so If we want to say this is an influence over the outcome of our country, it's not. That's not the greatest omen. Okay. Currently, right now, we got 2 years left of this asshole. It looks like we're still going to have disharmony and disunion and imbalance. We want balance. People pity us. We believe we're awesome. So it looks like we got some more turmoil ahead. But we want to achieve this. Right now we got introspection happening. But we need action. That's the big thing I take away from this. This tells me that we need to get off our damn butts. And we need to be proactive. We were caught with our pants down because we were like, no one's going to actually do what Donald says he wants to do. That's just ludicrous. What? He did? He actually did that? Holy shit. So that's what happened. It's like a bunch of Amish in their town, and they're raising a barn, and a whole bunch of Jersey Shore vacationer mooks come in and just start pushing them around and grabbing the butts of their wives and daughters, and they're just so damn polite, and they're not equipped to handle the crass rudeness of a bunch of bros coming in, because that's what Trump and his ilk are. They're a bunch of bros. So we didn't make laws to prevent a lot of this behavior because we didn't think someone would actually do this shit. So now we really need to ram through some legislation. We also need to address a lot of things. And that's what this tells me. And that's what I'm going to stick to. So yeah. It's not really a bad reading. It's a warning. And it's really, really good advice, It's really good advice for our country. And I'm talking to you, America. God damn it, we need to get our shit together. Okay? So, come on. Anyway, I digress. Okay, well. All right, well. Let's have a little drinky poo. I got started late tonight because my other camera started going nutso. Evidently, it's 10 years old, and I got this brand new machine, and all the drivers were wonky, and they were I don't know what the fuck what was wrong with it. So my new tassel is kind of cool, but I'm like, what? It's like there's something always in the corner of my eye. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Anyway, this is good. So anyway, I think I'm going to do a nice three-fer here. Let's do a three-fer on, let's see here. Oh, boy. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy, you want to be Speaker of the House. There's some people that don't want you to be Speaker of the House. Let's try that again. I totally fucked that shuffle up. Shovel off the buffalo, shovel off the buffalo, shovel off the buffalo. Nancy Pelosi, you're going to get a three-fer, okay? You want to be Speaker of the House, but there's some young people that don't want you because they're ageist. And they don't think you got what it takes. And you are cracking your knuckles, grabbing that powder, taping up your hands. That's cool. That's cool. So, let's do it. Let's give Mrs. Pelosi, a threefer. Okay? All right. Okie dokie. Here we go. We got the past. Okay. All right. So, this is the Tower. Now, upright, this typically is bad shit. Misery, distress, distrust, deception, ruin, all that bad shit. Reversed, it's typically the same in lesser degree. Okay? Tyranny, imprisonment. In the past, because she was made minority leader. Minority leader. She lost her gavel to that asshole Boehner, Captain Tobacco Leatherface, who then quit. And now, after years of locking up people who're smoking joints, that dumbass is now running a cannabis company. He's seen the light miraculously after years when he realized, hey, I'm white. I can make money on pot and not go to jail. So that asshole, everyone envies him. So that's what happened. That's in the past. Here we go. In the present. Two of Cups. Interesting. It's also in reverse because this is usually harmony and love, relationship. But it's disharmony, stress, and imbalance, breakup. That's what's going on right now. She's like, hey, I'm going to be the majority. I'm going to be Speaker of the House again. What? I'm sorry, what? You don't want me to be Speaker of the House? Well, fuck you. That's what's going on right now. She thought she had it in the bag, got some whippersnappers coming in and like, hey, we don't want you. We got someone else. So let's see how it works out, Mrs. Pelosi. All right. Ooh, look at that. 4 of Wands. You know what that means. She gets it. I mean, I didn't really need to have the cards tell me that because she has overwhelming support and the people that are fighting her don't really have. I think they got some cheeseburger dude that wants to come in and take it. They don't have anyone. Mrs. Pelosi's going to win this easily. And that's my threefer. That's right. So, I like that reading. That was pretty good. Anybody else? Anybody want a free reading? I'm taking requests. Taking requests. Otherwise, I'm going to do... not sure. What do I want to read? Okay. See, I did Stacey Abrams last night and Andrew Gillum. I've already done Bill Nelson. Okay, I don't really want to do any disaster readings. Maybe a celebrity. Oh, I got one. Yeah. Lady Gaga. Yeah. Lady Gaga. She did A Star Is Born. I saw that movie. Amazing movie. I will not ruin it for you. Ms. Gaga. Lady. People are saying Oscar. And Mr. Cooper, they're saying Oscar. But let's read Lady Gaga. Because here's what I want to know. Is she destined for Oscar greatness? And is she going to become an actress? Or is she just going to continue doing her music? Well, what's in store for Ms. Gaga? Okay? What's her trajectory? What is her path that she's on now? Everyone wants to know. Because let me tell you, that was some fine fucking acting. and she's beautiful. And every time I see her, I don't recognize her. Now, I know that's part of her brand, okay? I know that she's a chameleon, and House of Gaga designs all these looks for her, her brand. Even still, in this movie, I believe that she was just this regular person who became a star. I truly believed it. And it's not, usually when you see a movie where a non-actor breaks into the acting field, there's a little bit of a learning curve. You can tell a little bit, like, oh, you're doing good. Bless you. How precious. That's so sweet. They learned to act. No, she came into this like, I got this. I'm a true performer. But here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize this. She's always been an actress. I mean, she's got that background. She's Lady Gaga. God damn it. So anyway, let's read Miss Gaga. All right. Okay, so we're gonna find an appropriate card for her, and she's such a force. I may grab a major arcana for her, or a Queen of Wands, because that is that's let's see, maybe I want something a little bit more creative. Maybe. No. Definitely not that one. That's not a happy card. Interesting. Maybe an ace is good, but she's not at the beginning. I mean, she's just in a transition to a new thing. I mean, it's so interesting. Okay, that's a pretty good one so far. And that one, I mean, she just burns so bright. Okay, I've narrowed it down to 2. Okay, I've narrowed it down to 2 people. For 2 cards, we got the Queen of Cups and the Sun. Okay. I'm going to go with the Queen of Cups. She is a very compassionate and sensitive person. Cups, of course, are very passionate suit. Water, okay. Seems like an appropriate card right now. I'm just feeling that one right now. So, all right, we're going to Lady Gaga. Where is she going with her new? Whether it's going to be acting, music, what's in store for her? It's a little bit of an open-ended question, but I think I just want to get a little bit of fun divination for Ms. Gaga. All right, so there's that. There's number 2. Beep, bop, beep, doo, 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 doo. Yes. Far from the shallow now. Far from the shallow now. Okay. All right. All right. So there we go. There we go. All right. So we're starting with the Queen of Cups. Playing with the Queen of Cups. I got no rhyme for that other than pups and sups. What's up? Jameson. I love you, Jameson. So, okay. Let's start this and begin. The Chariot. This covers her. Okay, so. There we go. This is our opening position, position 1. This covers her. It's the current situation and the influences and the circumstances. The Chariot is a very strong card of conquest and triumph, willpower and control, victory, all of the good things. You can see he's on his throne, riding into victory, being led by these two sphinxes. And that is Lady Gaga. She is conquering the shit out of everything. All right? So this woman is beating the shit out of every record there is. She's shitting money. Okay? It's just insane. But let's see what crosses her. What are her challenges? Okay? Yeah. It's upright. Okay, good. That's good so far. We got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so there's our position. This crosses Lady Gaga. Okay. These are some challenges and obstacles she needs to get past in order to move on to her next goal. The Queen of Swords. Typically, she is a very intellectual person. She's someone who's got a very wry sense of humor, deadpan, cynical, but very honest, and able to take a joke. Okay, and she's very perceptive. Sorry, that's the whiskey. She's very perceptive. We all know that kind of person, but she is well liked. And she's very capable. And so you can kind of think of her that way. Now, why is that crossing her? Why is that a challenge? That may be, maybe this is something she has to address with herself. That she needs to be this person, more honest with those around her. Maybe she's too accepting of people without calling them on their bullshit. Maybe that's something she has to deal with herself. Maybe there's someone that represents this. It's going to be a block for her that she must get around. Maybe this tells her you must be this person in order to continue on your positive path. Typically, the person that this card represents, the type of person, is someone who is clear-eyed and has perspective on things, yet is still able to laugh at the situation and themselves. But they do not suffer fools. She may be in a position where she is suffering fools and they are maybe taking advantage of her. So, that's what I think it might mean. Miss Gaga, give me a call. Okay? So, this next one is above. Interesting. 8 of Cups. All right, so. This is above you. Of course, this is what this means, of course, is the best that you can hope to achieve, what you want to achieve, where things are headed. Okay? And typically, upright, this is a person who's walking away, who has decided that it is time for them to move on, or that they can move on. Sort of like a bizarro perspective, and you look at things and you go, yeah, you know what? I'm done here. But when it's reversed, it means stagnation and clinging to the past. Maybe this is something that she needs to be aware of, that maybe music is not something she wants or needs to stick to. Okay? That maybe she's headed toward stagnation. Maybe she's got people who are afraid that she's taken this step into Hollywood and acting, and a lot of people are like, oh shit, my cash cow, because she can fill stadiums and sell albums and merchandise. What if she makes a stinker of a movie and ruins her reputation? I can't make as much money off of her because all the money will be going to her. And there's a lot of grubby fingers in the music industry. So that's something to look out for, Miss Gaga. All right? Maybe you need to truly pursue this, and there are others that want to weigh you down. Okay? Yeah. The Hanged Man. That's major arcana. Major influence there. This is below you. This is the foundation. The whole sum of all the parts that make up you leading up to this question. The Hanged Man is a card of reflection. Sacrifice in order to gain wisdom. It's not death. It was willing. His foot is loosely tied. He can get out of it. But, of course, the foot is in a cross, symbolizing Christ, of course, and he's sacrificing. She may have done a lot of sacrifice to get to this point. She certainly went through a lot of trials. She worked her butt off. And she's learned a lot. No one can take that away from her. Some people say she's a publicity hound when they see her wearing the meat dress and the weird bubbles and peacock feathers. But, that's House of Gaga. That's a brand. That's a look. That's fashion. That's its own art form right there. So she advances the art, but she puts a lot of work. In the movie A Star is Born, that's really kind of about her. So, mad respect for Ms. Gaga. So that's what she brings. Keep that in mind, kids. This is behind her. Interesting. Justice. Okay. So, this is an event that has just passed. Okay? We got truth and fairness, positive legal outcome. Equity. Well, she could have come from, I don't know of any legal battles that she's had to do. She certainly did win a battle in order to be in this movie. And that makes sense because this movie did win a lot of money and praise. And it showed all the naysayers. And these naysayers are in the industry. They didn't want her. Bradley Cooper had to fight for her. The movie happens. And it goes perfectly. Making ass loads of money and praise and Oscar talk. And everyone couldn't be happier with her. No one is saying her performance is, they're all like, wow, you got a future. So she proved them wrong. That is her own form of justice. Is when everyone gets to eat crow and say, sorry, I was an asshole. Sorry. Don't we all crave that kind of justice? We all do. Oh my God. Gonna have to wrap this up. I'm out of whiskey. Okay. This, oh dear. Okay, we got the Nine of Swords. This is a bad omen, Miss Gaga. This is worry and anxiety and despair. This is what's ahead of her. So something's going to happen. Okay? Or something may have just happened. She did have worry and despair because her house was almost burnt down. Maybe she had some damage. There's a lot of fear and anxiety. So, yeah, actually, that's definitely what's happened. It was a harrowing experience. But she's awesome because she's delivering pizzas and gift cards and showing up to this Red Cross shelter and giving these people an awesome night. And I looked at a picture. I wouldn't have recognized her. She just looked like some nice pizza delivery chick. And here, like, hey, how you doing? And, she probably would have given me a pizza and hugged me. And I would have been, what a nice person. She gave me a pizza and hugged me. Wouldn't have known it was Lady Gaga. That woman's she's a magician. She's a chameleon. She's a witch. Burn her. Anyway. She's awesome. I love you, Miss Gaga. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, this is how she sees herself. That is interesting. The devil. Why do you see yourself like the devil? Bondage, effort. Maybe she feels like she made a bargain with the devil. Typically, this is a card of bondage to your own animalistic, humanistic instincts and vices. But, doesn't mean that all is lost. Doesn't mean necessarily evil. But she sees herself that way. I think a lot of artists probably see themselves as a tortured artist. Could be. I mean, maybe she did make a deal with the devil. Does seem kind of mystical and magical sometimes. Her sway over people. Could be, I don't know. I'm just some drunk asshole reading tarot cards. Anyway. Okay. So, next one. This is how people see her. Reversed Knight of Cups. All right. So, here's how others see Ms. Gaga. Interesting, because upright, it's a romantic dude. New love, there's charm. You can tell. I mean, the guy is upright when he's holding that cup and riding on a horse. Like, yeah, awesome. But when it's reversed, it's someone who is not what he seems. You think he's charming, but he really just wants to get in your pants. He's a fraud. Do people really see her as a fraud? You know what they do? They see someone who wears a costume, who hides, who is duplicitous. I could see that. Maybe a lot of people, they only see the outside of her. People who don't love her work and her music. They definitely, because I was like that for a while. Yeah, I could see that. You're wrong. You're all wrong, assholes. Anyway, here we go. Next card, 7 of Pentacles. These are the hopes and fears. Okay. Interesting. Well, procrastination and lack of commitment, willpower, that kind of thing, the inability to finish your tasks. We all want to work. We all want the fruits of our labor to blossom. This is what this guy is doing when it's normally upright. But when it's reversed, laziness, not doing what needs to be done, that kind of thing. Financial anxiety. Yeah, sure, man. She fears that, I'm sure, because she's maniac when it comes to work. And she probably does fear that, Well, maybe she hopes for that. Maybe she longs for a break. Because sometimes this position is intertwined with each other, as you can see. Entangled. The hell? Is that a word? I don't know. Leave comments. Okay. Well, the last card. Temperance. Interesting. Okay. This is the outcome. Moderation, accommodation. Does that seem like Lady Gaga? Is that where she's going? Maybe it could seem that way. Maybe she puts aside the whole house of Gaga and becomes a more, balanced individual. Maybe that's where she's headed, because in the movie even though I feel that the movie was about her, how she was portrayed was a very balanced person, and she didn't, look like Lady Gaga as much. Maybe that's where she's headed. Maybe we're going to see a Lady Gaga that starts taking on like Meryl Streep roles, or maybe some comedies here and there, and that she just becomes this respected actress, and maybe she'll do a Broadway musical, that kind of thing. And maybe she's starting to pull away from this crazy grandiose, because it does seem that way. It does totally see that way. She no longer has to do that. You remember? I think that may be it. Remember when Miley Cyrus grew up? She was a young woman, 1920. She did her party in the USA. And she wanted to shrug that Disney image off. And stop dyeing her hair and looking like Hannah Montana. And she just went nuts. She was dressing up like a little skank, and she was doing the thing with Robin Thicke, and just doing the tongue thing, and just dressing up like a little trollop, and the wrecking ball, and she was naked, and she was hot. Don't get me wrong, but I remember her as a little girl. I didn't watch a Disney Channel much, but she really wanted everyone to know that, hey, I'm an adult, I'm a sexual being, and I want you to see me that way. But after a while, she didn't need to do that. And then you start seeing videos come out where she's singing with some country western, doing covers of Jolene, and doing, more tempered music, because she didn't have to do that. We accepted her. It was like, girl, you're talented. You don't need to wear hot pants and slinky stuff. You just, tell us what you want to say. Play for us, sing for us. We're fine. You don't need to be a centerfold. And I think she got that. Maybe Lady Gaga is going to start doing that. She doesn't need to do the House of Gaga look. She's shown us that she is pretty spectacular actress and artist in a lot of fields. And I think we're going to see that in many different ways. So yeah, that's a good reading. Not bad. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a threefer to end the night. It's a little bit after midnight. I got to get some beauty rest so that I can not be so hungover. Well, let's see here. How about a little threefer on how well the movie A Star is Born is going to do? Okay? That's right. Is it going to win all the Oscars and the Golden Globes and all of that good shit? Or is it going to get pushed out by other more serious movies? People are going to snub her because she's an outsider. She's a musician. She's not an actress. And this is Bradley Cooper's first movie. Maybe we'll give him best screenplay or something. But best sound editing. Yeah. All those assholes. Okay. So... all right, here we go. This is my threefer to end the night. About A Star is Born. The Tower, interesting. Adversity, unforeseen catastrophe, but it's reversed. It's oppression and tyranny. Yeah, so people told him, do not do this movie. This would be the third remake. Third remakes of 4 fucking movies. Told him not to do it. Told him not to cast Lady Gaga. She's not a true actress. She's a pop singer. So there's a lot of oppression. A lot of anxiety. Okay? A lot of distress. That was the past. Here's the present. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles. Lost opportunity. Greed, unwise investment. Because typically, it means a new opportunity. It's the seed of something, a financial windfall. Did it not do as well as it? No, it made bucket loads of money. So that must mean that currently they're not considering it. Right now, it's a lost opportunity. But they've already decided because they're assholes. Jerks. Disharmony. We got the Lovers in reverse. Failure. It's not going to win. No, it's getting shafted. It's getting shafted. They did that to The Color Purple. They did that to Driving Miss Daisy. They did that to Pacific Rim. Assholes. Stab. Anyway. It was an amazing movie. I love you, Gaga. I love you, Chris Cooper. Bradley Cooper. Chris Cooper's another fine actor. Always plays mean people. But anyway, I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I wish you adieu. Try to come back again tomorrow. We'll do some more readings. Please jump on and chat with me and ask me. Ask me what you want. And I will totally give you a free reading. Okay? Follow me. That'd be awesome. Have a good night.